Alright, what's up? It's Thrax. I'm going to start doing daily recaps of my trades, just so that you understand what I was thinking during the day if you watch the live streams, or just also for me, just so I have these as like essentially journals that are just public. But today we essentially took I took a couple trades today. I took one trade on stream, and then after I got off stream, I ended up taking a couple more trades and then ended the day green. Now, today overall, I am up. It says 3,306, but it's not accounting for the money I made on Top Step today, which is actually about like $600. So it's about, I don't know, $3,900 today across 8 accounts. 5 of them are funded accounts, and then 3 of them are evals. So we have this one as an eval, this one's an eval, this one's an eval, and then the rest are funded accounts. So we're just trying to slowly grow them. So let me talk about what I was actually looking at heading into the morning. So in the Discord, I sent out a daily outlook, and I basically was saying that yesterday we pushed past Friday's highs into Thursday's imbalance, which if we go look at the chart, what I'm referring to is I'm referring to this area. All right, so we took out Friday's highs, came into Thursday's imbalance lower, and then when we came down, London then came up, created London high, and then we started distributing down during London session. So what I was looking for this morning is I wanted to see price to essentially pump up into the move down from London session and then find an area where we would then reverse back down. Because overall, my weekly outlook is that I would like us to go lower to target further discount in the range of the higher time frame that we're in. This was given out before market open. I was essentially just watching to see whether or not off the open we were going to take lows and then pump up here and then turn around, or if we were going to drop directly off the open, and then I would have been watching this area to see whether or not we were going to either find some support and bounce off of here, or if we were going to basically just fall through it. I was no longer going to be looking for shorts. If we came up here and we didn't find any type of resistance up here in the premium of this range and we just pumped higher, then I would have been expecting us to take out London highs and then actually continue to potentially start targeting yesterday's highs, so previous daily highs. So then this was the plan. Okay, so we had 2 scenarios. Every day we always have 2 scenarios that I look at, that I'm preparing for, and that I'm watching for. So then let's take a look at what actually happened and the trades that I actually took. When I sent that out, we were about somewhere right here. Okay. Now my idea pre-market was that here we are in a range. We created lows, we swept the lows, then we created a higher low, and I was expecting us to run up from here. Now, when we opened up, and this is the opening candle right here, this one. When we opened up, we snapped down first, and then we started to push. Now, once I saw strong buying entering here, I actually entered long and was trying to get the move higher, and once we were to get above this, I was going to move my stop to break even. So my entry was probably somewhere around like right here or right here. It went into profit, came back. It was whiplashing this morning. Very large ATR, so I went smaller size, and I ended up getting stopped out of it, obviously. At that point, I was down like $250. The trade probably looked something like this. I was targeting up here into the premium area, and my stop was basically at the bottom of the candle or something like that. It was like maybe it was up here. This is basically what my trade looked like in the morning, but price came down and stopped me out. Now, when it stopped me out, I actually waited for a bit, because what I kept seeing here was sellers attempt to push lower, sellers attempt to push lower, and on NQ, we were never actually able to take New York AM highs from yesterday, which was interesting because it was a lot of aggression, a lot of negative delta, but we couldn't really get lower. And each time we came up higher, higher, and higher. So then I started shifting my focus back to potentially looking for a long. But the only thing is that when we were coming into this area, there wasn't really an entry that I wanted to get. Then I essentially sat there through this entire chop. And then about right here is where I ended the stream. because I said, you know what, it's probably not a good idea to trade. I'm already down 250 across 8 accounts. It was like $2,000 in the red, and it's probably better if I wait. Then I'm still imagining that we go higher, because at this point I would have been surprised if these highs, basically this high, remained high a day. I was expecting at least one more push up before we make our move down. So as I got off stream, I saw we couldn't break past this area. We tried once, we tried twice, and we tried a third time. Now on this third time, we actually started coming down pretty quickly. There was a lot of speed in this move, especially in this candle. I'm not going to try and take a short because we already have this. If we were ranging, right, and here are the relative equal lows, and sellers failed to get down here, I want to see us push into this area. This is where I was trying to take it to. What happened was we pushed down, strong selling, but then at the end of this 5-minute candle, we flip back. Now, once we flip back, if we go look at a footprint chart, here was the chart I was looking at. This is from today. What I essentially did is I waited for this candle to open up, push down first, and then when this started to pop back bullish, I entered long. So what did that look like? Well, when I entered the trade, it looked a little bit like this. So we entered probably about there. The stop was at the bottom of this candle, and I was trying to target up here into about 980 area for 81 points. Now, the first trade that I took, because volatility was high, I actually entered 3 micros because I knew that there was a chance that we could potentially whiplash. But recently NQ, at least not today or yesterday, but recently NQ has just been making moves directly off the open, not offering any type of pullback, and then once we get closer to lunch, we just kind of consolidate before the PM session rolls over or continues. So it was a little bit of FOMO trying to get in at the open, which was a mistake on my part, and we were wrong. But we were wrong with small size, which is okay. Now, once we got into this trade, the ATR was stabling out. It wasn't as whiplashy. We weren't moving 25 points every single 5 seconds. So I went in 5 micros on this trade, and I was risking about a little over $300 on this trade, which would have put me down on the day about 550 across 8 accounts if I ended up losing. So when I started the day today, I thought to myself, well, if we go down $500 because I lost yesterday, if we go down $500, I have to stop. Once price started to push and we got past these highs of this candle, then that's when I started aggressively trailing the stop. And then on the final push higher, I trailed the stop. So we ended up getting out of this probably around here, maybe for 200 ticks or so, or 50 points. And with 5 micros, it essentially put me up at that point like $250 on the day. Once we got to these highs, I was basically anticipating us to fall back into the range, and I was trying to play this consolidation here, which is not always the best idea, but I thought it was pretty likely, because if I was waiting for price to, based off of the daily outlook that I had, if I was waiting for price to reach up into this area over here before it turned around, well, at this point, I'm not really looking for longs, because if I want longs, then at that point, I got to wait for it to get up here, because that was the plan, right? So we barely tapped into it. We barely took this high. And when selling pressure came in right here and stacked imbalances started forming up on this 5-minute candle to the downside, showing that sellers were aggressive after we again failed to make another push higher, I just went in another 5 micros and then trailed, and then I got out somewhere over here. I think I entered around right here. My stop was pretty tight. It was about 25 points, and I was trying to get it down to the bottom of this range, but I'm pretty sure I ended up getting out of it when I was trailing for about another 100 ticks or so. It was basically a 1-to-1, just trying to play the range. It ended up putting me at about like $460 or like $500 per account, which I'm not really that happy about, because here's the thing, right? It's like my analysis for the day technically was somewhat decent, right? We come down on the blue path, at least. We come down, we take the low, we pump up, we kind of consolidate, and then we drop down. Well, I mean, sorta, but I wanted to see it go a little higher. The only thing that I'm not really happy with for today is like the risk management was okay, but I have a rule for myself where when price action starts to deliver like this on just like some straight up bullshit, I'm really not supposed to trade that. And not only am I not supposed to trade that, but I also have a rule where at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I should usually stop trading, or I should stop trading. So, yeah, it's a green day today, but I actually broke two of my rules, which is not good because we have to remind ourselves that, like, a good day and a bad day is not determined based off of results of PnL. It's based off of the actions that we took that day. Was that a good day or not? Now, when I try to take a trade here, well, I can defend that idea, but once I got past where I usually stop trading and then I start trying to play chop going both directions, up, then down, even though it worked out, that was bad behavior in my opinion. Yes, I am up on the day. And also, like, I ended the stream down. So I got off stream because I sat there for like an hour and a half and nothing happened. And then once I got off stream, then we started picking up speed. And that's when I was like, well, shit, I got to take the trade. But I shouldn't have. I should have just, honestly, I should have taken the L. I should have taken the $250 L today on all 8 accounts and just came back tomorrow. Because, yes, it worked. What I did, long right here, short right here, and then just a quick scalp to try and get back green on the day. But if that didn't work out, like if I would have lost and put myself further into drawdown trading some bullshit like this, I would have been really upset with myself. And this type of scenario where, let's say the first trade I took here caused drawdown, okay, so now I'm already red on the day. Then we're now in the mental state of we're red on the day. I'm trying to find an opportunity. I wasn't in the mindset of just like calling it a day. I wanted to win, which is not good. Okay. And the good thing is that I sat through this and I didn't make any decisions or didn't try and trade it. Or the decision that I made was to not trade it. I should have stopped. And just because I won right here and now I'm green on the day, I broke two of my rules. And yeah, it worked today, but those rules are there for a reason. Is because this is the type of thing that happens that blows accounts for me. This is the type of thing that happens where I turn a bad situation into an even worse situation, trading some shit that I shouldn't be trading. The proper thing to do today, just for the record, for me and my strategy, is okay, we take this attempt to try and go long. It doesn't work out. We were early. We should have waited for these lows to get swept first and then maybe entered somewhere around here, right? Maybe on this pullback or whatever and try to take it higher. But let's say we didn't do that, so we got stopped out. Okay, well, once the moment we recognize this, day's over. Because I only trade the AM session. The moment that I recognize that that's going on, I need to call it a day. And then especially once we get past that 8 a.m. time, I need to call it a day. And so, moral of the story, long story short, is essentially, yes, I'm green on the day. 5 funded accounts, 3 evals. We're up like $3,900. Funded accounts like 2,500 basically. But this wasn't a good session. This was actually kind of a bad session for me. And I think the reason why it happened is because I went from being, I mean, technically, I'm still on a winning streak on this account. Like, I'm still on a winning streak with this account. It's at like 30 days now. 30 days winning streak. But I lost yesterday on my funded accounts. I was going to lose today, and I just wasn't comfortable with that when I should have been comfortable with it. But I wasn't comfortable with, like, I got so used to winning, right? And, like, at least in the past 30 days, you know, you wake up every day and then you just win. I mean, you become accustomed to it to a certain extent, and you kind of let that winning streak get to your head. And I feel like the winning streak is getting to my head to the point where I'm doing stupid shit that I normally wouldn't do, that I just explained. I'm doing stupid shit that I normally wouldn't do to just try and keep a superficial fucking ego winning streak alive when that's not the goal. The goal is survivability, and I know that I need to not trade this bullshit to survive, but what did I do? I traded it. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. Those are my trades today. Long right here, short right here, called it a day. Should have never traded this. Ended the day green. but I'm not really happy with it. So I'll probably just start doing recaps every day. I'm gonna try and not make them too long. Sorry, this one's long, but this is also just for my record too, just so I have it, and then I'm just gonna make them public so that I can go back and watch these, and I can watch live streams and think about what I should have done right, what I did wrong that I shouldn't have done, and try and improve. Always trying to improve. So I'll catch you guys next time. I'll be live trading tomorrow. It's Friday. Hopefully we don't fuck everything up. So I'll catch you. Peace.